Hello, my asthmatic friends. I'm Colonel Failure, and you're watching City Skylines coming from the smog-choked islands of Failurewood, where we got a power outage. And I'm at a bit of a loss to understand why we've got a power outage. There should be plenty of power. I tweaked it and all sorts last time around. So a quick look at... look, we're cranking out power like there's no tomorrow here. So, I say the power outage appears to have resolved itself somewhat, although possibly a couple of pylons would probably do the trick here, and then everybody will be happy once again. Of course, if we get a few more factories moving in here, everything will just be absolutely brilliant. But, you know, we can wait for that. It'll take a little bit of time, but it will happen. Let's just sling some of this in here, and... like that, and then all of you lot can just stop your griping. Okay, well, I mean, they're griping about rubbish now, but that's some of the griping ceased nonetheless. So last time we were here, I built another, sensual and erotic island settlement. This time covered with commercial district. Let's check the thing here. There's actually not that much space for commercial stuff, but there seems to be sufficient for to keep up with demand for the time being, which means, of course, that now we have shifted over to residential being the item in premium demand. And you know what? I'm gonna get rid of these traffic lights. Let's push this. Oh, hello, welcome to Traffic Manager President Edition. Oh, thank you very much for having me. Here's a link to the manual. Yeah, it's all right. I just want to turn the traffic lights off, mate. Where are we? What are you? Switch traffic lights. Let's try that. Hey, there we go. See, intuitive. That's what that is. Good mod. There we are. That's my review of the Traffic Manager Presidential Edition. That just worked. I figured it out. It happened. We're moving on. Yes, so residential is where we're going today, and as is now becoming traditional, I'm going to put a residential area somewhere on its own little island, and chances are it's going to be this one here. Now the residents might not like it too much, given that we're right next door to Old Smoky here, but it is somewhat away from the brown sewage outlet. That is the original Burner City, which is actually now the city centre. It's the heartland of everything, and we've got dead people kicking around. Well, there's lots for us to do today. Why don't you stick around till after the intro, and we'll probably do none of it. Well, I've just received notification that landfills and cemeteries have a limited capacity, and once it's full, I can build a new one. To keep the service working. So so that's good. I think last time we checked I was emptying this one. I was, but it's still 79% full. Now we've got 2 incinerators on the go, and hopefully that's helping things. There's a lot of dead people starting to happen here, which can only mean that we're at the original population death wave stage. But that's okay, because we can fix that relatively quickly. For those of you who are just tuning in for the first time I've forgotten how to rotate anything. Why have I forgotten how to? Because that's a high. It snaps. You don't have to rotate anything. There we go. All right, fine. In which case you're going to want a little bit of road. Now complete talking to the people who haven't been tuning in so far. Go. If you haven't been tuning in so far, the purpose that I have decided that this series is going to have is to build the most polluted city I can come up with, while at the same time still having people move in. Basically, really pushing the tolerances of the nice simulated people, and seeing how far we can get with that. I love how this just wouldn't happen in the real world. I stick down a cemetery incinerator next door to this chap's house, and the first thing he goes is, "Yay!" The last thing that people want is the ashes of the recently deceased. And look at the prevailing winds you've got here. This is going to blow right over his barbecue while he's having his kid's birthday party, and he's going to be sending children home. Why are you covered in ash? Is that ash? What is this ash of? What do you mean it's people? but you know, I can foresee this happening immediately. But while they'll put up with it, I'll keep doing it. Yeah, we've got definite death wave going on. Beautiful. Garbage wave at the same time. I think we might stick a dump in here somewhere, you know. And oh no, let's have an incinerator. The reason I'm going with incinerators so frequently is that oh, I see, incinerating people fine, incinerating rubbish, oh no, not in my garden, you don't, because the incinerator at least provides a little bit more power, which saves us having to spend more on power plants. Although, as much as several of you pointed out that by cropping the budget here, it's not dropping the budget to 50% of output. It only does that's like 25% of output and plus 25 or some such nonsense. But even so, we can still crop the budget here and save myself a couple of quid, and then everything will be peachy. At least that's the hope there. Right, so I've got an incinerator for both people and for rubbish. Arguably, you could suggest that they're the same thing. Oh, there, got a bit political. And hopefully that'll get us in order. But I have dropped my money a bit there. So getting this new residential venue established, I think would be a good thing. Although that said, we've got a venue here that is only half occupied. I don't know why I'm calling them venues all of a sudden. It's just occurred to me that might be partially something. Right, so if we get up and around the corner, we really want to pack them in. No, let's bulldoze that, and then we'll just give me the straight lines. Straight lines are the business. Go from there. Yeah, perfect. That's the ticket. Yep, take it. Great. That's a lot of people. We can sling up that one, and then move it this way a little bit and go that way as far as about here. Yeah, and then we'll link it up onto there like that. This is the fastest city build you've ever seen. You can keep strict toaster. This is how you build a city. None of this agonizing over the placement of the next rock. No, bash the thing in, and then you go to your zoning tool. This is the Bob Ross approach to city planning. Is you know, just give it a little whack along the side, and then you know, drop in a whole bunch of flipping residential area, and watch them eagerly move in, despite the fact that this is the worst city imaginable. I imagine the crime rate's pretty horrendous as well, but as long as this number is still green, then everything's fine, right? I mean, people wouldn't move in if things were less than perfect. Right, I think I'm going to have to make some concessions towards, you know, actual living standards. But I mean, I did put in a cemetery just now. I mean, what more do people want? Right, let's have a look and see what they're not thrilled. I bet if I crop the tax rate they would be, though. That seems to be what they care about more than anything else. Yes. Right, let's have a quick electric check. See, they're only consuming 68. We can drop the budget on that like nobody's business. There you go. Kill the budget off, because I want that number green as well. Where are we? There we are. Production 98, consumption 68. Flawless. Let's give it a couple of seconds to balance out at high speed and see if that continues to be the prevailing sentiment that we've got going on here. Yeah, so it's creeping up a little, but certainly within tolerances. Water also fine. Rubbish processing status is now magnificent. The landfill storage is quite small, but we are emptying one at the moment, so that's fine. Garbage production is 96k, and we can process 144. Beautiful. Education, we don't need no education, or indeed thought control. And apparently they're complaining about water. I bet it's because they haven't got pipes. Yes. Okay, right, fine. Well, yeah, we'll stick that in there. Now, once we've made all of this complete, then we'll worry about a little bit of decoration. But I want to keep the incredibly filthy approach to city design going. But I will slow down a little bit. I appreciate I'm going at something of a breakneck pace, but I want to get things. I want to get things moving forwards, and I don't want to. You know, I'm always on the receiving end of one or two terse comments if I record a whole bunch off. If I don't. I tell you what, I should say this again. I occasionally receive a terse comment if I decide to progress the game without recording the thing. People like to see the entire disaster unfold in something close to real time. So I will show off the whole thing, even though I'm just mashing stuff in at the moment. See, there we go. We're getting a nice kind of Blade Runner-y feel going on round here. All we need is a lady drinking some Coca-Cola on a ruddy great billboard there. And then some kind of flying drone talking about the future being quite bright in the off-world colonies, and we're sorted. Right now, what are you unhappy about at present? What's that one mean? That's the everybody's ill. The ground is polluted and it makes people feel nauseous. Well, that's rotten for them. Maybe a sauna will sort them out. Create a health bonus. There we go. I know most people would go for something like, I don't know, a doctor's of some description. Not me. I'll give them a sauna, and they will flipping well like it. Do I need to plumb in some hot water or some such, or can they figure that out for themselves? Let's give that a minute or two to bed in and see if it picks up any passengers who are coming in for a deep pour, exfoliating, sit there in a towel till some Scandinavian fella comes in and he's not wearing a towel. And as an Englishman, you kind of go like, whoa, steady on there, chap. I mean, we've all got the same stuff. Go, my goodness me, you're a fine-looking young man. Or maybe that's just me. Right, now then, what should we do next? The rubbish is still poor, which bothers me, given the amount of capacity that we've got. And then we've got a lot of dead people, although they are being hoovered up gradually. It feels like we're getting there. I sound a little bit like Steggs there, don't I? Because he legitimately hasn't got a clue, and I've got no excuse. But I'll tell you what. Oh, hold on, a bit of spot of excitement. Let's see if my elite firefighting force are a little bit quicker to respond this time around. He's leaving. He considers his job done here, and I should say so. I think almost certainly that was one successful firefighting operation right there. Absolutely sorted that one out. He's going to go and get a medal from the mayor now for being a robust saviour of citizenry. Or some such. Yeah, bring your fuel tanker in, mate. Perfect time to do so. Yeah, got to keep the fuel running, especially when everything's on fire. Well, yeah, spices things up a little bit. Right then, let's have a look. I am going to sort out this traffic, and it is this junction that appears to be causing the drama, because for no reason at all, everything stops. What I want to do is change the priorities. Now, I know the old traffic mods used to allow you to do that, but the new ones don't seem to. Let's. What if we were to tell it that there was no right turn here, which presumably we can do on this. Here we are. Right, lane 2, straight. Oh no, this one here. Thank you. Lane 1. Yeah, don't allow any of that business, just that. There we go. That might, in fact, that has, look, so this guy's just going to sailing straight through there. That will alleviate traffic. And I love what you're doing, mate. That's brilliant. Genius. Now, we have to let these guys turn this way. I mean, we've got precious little choice in the matter, although what we don't have to allow is the idiots in lane 2. No, you can't turn left. If you want to turn left, get in the left-hand... Oh, I made the truck driver worried there for a moment. What? No, we can leave that alone. That's fine. Lane 1 goes... well, yeah, I suppose it does, probably. That Citroen almost got killed there, but fortunately they got away with it. Right, has that helped? It will do, I think, because, I mean, everything that we're seeing waiting here right now... are the chaps who've been queuing all the way from back here. So they're going to still be apprehensive approaching this junction. But hopefully we'll see a few more people now opt to opt to switch lanes. Maybe if I put a lane switch here. Right, lane 1 is onwards. Lane 3 is right only. Let's see how they get on with that. Alright, yeah. That's good. We're gonna. I mean, it's going to involve a little bit of jiggery pokery as far as traffic control is going for the moment, but it hopefully will clear this backlog that we've got forming. And the backlog is obviously forming because we're slowing down the number. Well, reducing. I don't know what's going on with me today. I can't talk. We're reducing the number of lanes. Yeah, this looks like a... I love the cop there. He just kind of goes, "No, I'm going, mate. I've got perpetrators to apprehend. Come back here, you scum," and so forth. Who's that? That's someone in a Fiat who took their sweet time changing lanes. Classic Fiat driver. Right. Okay. Where else can I cause some trouble? Yeah, we can cause trouble up here. Right. So if I were to say. If we were to make this lane left only from a little bit further up, I don't know how much trouble it's going to cause, but it can't make it any worse, surely. So if we change that to no, you can't, and make that a merge in only, are people observe? They are. Oh, that's fantastically useful. You can tell people they're not allowed to use any lane. And then, so we'll probably see it in it. No, he's decided he can't be bothered with it. Then when we get some traffic come up here, we'll see if this works. Because if it does work, they should all head into lane 1, 3. You know, the one that I've just been playing with. Although this is causing a tailback. No, of course not. He can't go for that lane. He's decided to pull it straight into the middle lane. What a hero. Okay, right. Now, how are we doing here? So we've still got this queue to clear. Love it. Truck driver in the open lane. Of course, a Coca-Cola truck driver. He's been drinking all of his own product. He's hopped up on sugar. He's got a nice caffeine buzz going on. Everything's going right for that guy. And then this one should be a right turn only. I think I did this already. Yeah, I did. Okay, I think that's helping. All right? And if you think otherwise, I invite you to comment to that extent. Because at the moment, all of these idiots are all sticking it in the wrong chuffing lane. All right, let's change. Hold on. If I look at it this way, it makes a little bit more sense. We changed lane 3 to be right only as well. Yeah, that's going to work. And then, actually, we'll do the same with lane 2. Lane 2 is also right only. There we go. Beautiful. Because that will presumably give the visiting traffic here more of an impetus to stick it in those lanes. But of course, we've only got single lane coming in here. Now, I wonder if I can upgrade that. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you've managed to get yourself fixating on a bit of road construction here, or a bit of road tinkering. There you go, 320 quid to upgrade that. Sure. And this bit, yeah. Why not? Okay, right. So now, what if I were to take him out of the first lane? I don't think that helps me. In fact, I'm pretty certain it doesn't. Everyone's now totally baffled. Ah, well, yeah, we're just going to keep breaking it further and further up the road until everybody gets a grip and it all starts working. And then everything will be glorious. What have we got going on there? There's someone in a Prius. Is that a Prius, do you think? I don't think the boot's big enough. Or the trunk, as some may put it. That's a yellow cab. Okay, fine. I haven't got any cabs. I mean, maybe I ought to employ some public transport. Hey, there's some rain happening. This really is a glorious place. And of course, the rain's really going to help at reducing smog, which a lot of people don't give it due credit. No, I appear to have created an even longer tailback there, and it's just because all my road laying's a little bit terrible at the moment. This is moving freely though, but on this multi-lane carriageway, they're now only using one lane. which is pretty inspired, I think. We haven't got anybody zipping down the other lane anymore. Although, no, you see, they could still stay in that one and back here, but they've all moved to the middle lane immediately. Which obviously isn't what would normally happen. Normally you'd have someone in a BMW coming tearing down the lane here, up to the point where this truck driver sees him coming and pulls over into that lane and then continues at the same speed, with the BMW driver getting increasingly irate. Because I think that's on page 6 of the BMW owner's manual, is queuing is something that happens to other people, not you. You drive a BMW, and as such, you have every right to overtake, undertake, side take, whatever suits you at any given moment. Well, certainly that's my observation. That said, I owned a BMW once. I had a BMW 5 Series from 1987, which I obviously owned in 2005, and no one ever lets you in. They all assume that you're just going to help yourself because you're driving a BMW, and no one wants to let you in ever at any point. It was a fantastically comfortable car to drive. That was very boaty, but also incredibly thirsty on the old petrol there. I should have a motoring show. I think Colonel Failure's Top Rides. Hello, I'm Colonel Failure. On Top Rides today, we're going to be crashing a tractor into the side of a bulldozer. And then Steggs is going to say that everything's fine while he sets fire to himself for your amusement. I think it's a hit format, and I don't know why nobody's thought of it before. Right, let's. I don't even know what I'm building here. I'm just kind of doing it. And this is purely because I've got the space now to move in as many people as I like. Certainly we've got zoning space free to get more people involved, but it's not currently being used, so I'm kind of waiting for it to fill out. But we'll put a bit more housing in there while we wait. And you know what, I'm going to give them another sauna, because the existing sauna appears to be struggling to keep up with demand. So hold on, what's this one? This is a medical helicopter depot. No, that's no good. A sports hall and gymnasium. Yeah. Or a community pool. That's what you want. The water may be brown, but it's good exercise for you and your family. There you are. Cleaned when it absolutely has to be. Hugs and kisses, your mayor, Colonel Failure. All right, yeah, right, that should cheer him up a little bit. I'm going to avoid hospitals as much as I possibly can. And instead I will try and fob these people off with a selection of homeopathic services. In fact, this is I'm going to name it homeopathic swimming centre, because it is. Obviously, because the water in this pool once had healthy people in it, and therefore by swimming in it you too can be healthy. That's how homeopathy works. It's a fantastic piece of medicine, really is. There we are now. Right, and a bit of that. Let's let them straight onto the highway there. I'm sure that's not going to cause any trouble, is it? I mean, I just spent all this time shifting lanes around to try and get the thing moving more effectively, and the first thing I do is wang on an extra 3 flipping junctions. Someone ought to have a word. Right, okay, well, look, that's going to wrap it up. We're up to 5,500 people. I had another 800 population here. As much as loads of people are dying, and the ones that aren't dead are currently surrounded by their own waste. But the population is still going up. The money is still going up. And demand is still relatively buoyant. The brown sludge is pretty effective. Let's have a look at air pollution. There we go. Let's have some of that. Oh, would you look at that? It's lovely. It really is coming on nicely. Average ground pollution 20%, drinking water pollution 0% at the moment. Now, I think that would probably be a step too far. What we really want is to be playing chicken with the filthy water. So, I mean, my ideal would be to have the pump like here, somewhere like that, and just kind of go, no, 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 this water's all fine. You're looking at that stuff with the things floating in it, and no, don't worry about that. That's almost 2.5 meters away. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. This series will calm down, and we'll do something sensible with it. Eventually, I'm going to need to up my electricity budget a little bit. 60%. I think 60% feels absolutely great. What do you think? Well, you think so too. Glad we're on the same page on this, although we are now thin on water. We're going to be at consumption level and disposal level fairly soon, so I'm going to have to fix that. So stick around and we'll do that next time. Meanwhile, sling a like at this one if you enjoyed it. Is anything on fire? Yeah, of course it is. It's still going. Oh, beautiful. We really have done this very, very well. How can I get these notification icons to disappear? They're ruining what would be a really, really nice screenshot. How does one? There'll be a button somewhere. I'll go and find it. Thanks for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Subscribe to this series if you want to continue to watch the city burn. I can't use the same one again, although I could. If every episode is part of the city on fire, I think that is what we in the trade would end up calling a running joke. And those are tremendously successful for those who are loyally watching. So yeah, sling a like at this one, and I'll catch up with you very soon. My fire brigade have now taken to just patrolling the streets, hosing everything down. And this stuff must be really flammable, given that it's raining at the same time. I'll catch up with you very soon. Yeah, anything else to say? Look at all the trucks. Cheerio!